The takeover. The Caitlin Clark takeover continues as she's going viral once again. The talk of the internet. Caitlin Clark making noise all through not only the WNBA, but in the NCAA ranks as well. We have to get into this. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, and hype the video. So Caitlin Clark has some things to say about Chit Chat Right via Iowa coach Jan Jensen, but she is also going viral on the internet.
So get this, Caitlin Clark, the name that has become absolutely synonymous with basketball dominance, is making headlines yet again. But here's the thing that's got everyone talking. This time it's not for her incredible on-court heroics that we're all used to seeing. Instead, she's gone completely viral for this unexpected personal take that has literally set the entire sports world buzzing with excitement and speculation. We're talking about her new favorite player. And this isn't just some casual mention either. This is a relationship so close and so genuine that it's being revealed through private text messages and raw, emotional reactions that show just how deep this connection really goes. This isn't your typical casual fandom where someone just throws out a compliment here and there. No, this is an intense, dedicated connection to an individual whose game has completely captivated Clark's attention. And we're talking about this happening long after her departure from the Hawkeyes. The depth of her admiration is truly unbelievable when you really think about it, because it's actually shifting her focus from her own massive WNBA journey and all the incredible things happening in her professional career to this rising star who's still back there in Iowa, grinding it out.
Has some things to say about Chit Chat Right via Iowa coach Jan Jensen, but she is also going viral on the internet from a post on Liz Kitley, where it appears Caitlin Clark and somebody else is having a very hard time putting together a damn camera, putting a strap on it. And Liz Kitley said, "How many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge?" So Liz Kitley making fun of her. And then you see here, apparently Caitlin Clark was gifted a new camera. It says, my photography protege. Shout out to, what is that? Sonia.
The bombshell revelation dropped directly from Iowa's head coach Jan Jensen, who opened up in a way that honestly surprised a lot of people about her ongoing, surprisingly frequent communication with Caitlin Clark. Jensen revealed something that's pretty remarkable when you think about it. Despite Clark's absolutely massive WNBA endeavors and all these new adventures she's embarking on in her professional career, she still texts her former coach a lot, and I mean a lot. This isn't just those polite, obligatory check-ins that you might expect from a former player trying to be respectful. No, Clark is emotionally invested in a way that's honestly pretty rare to see. We're talking about her reaching out, especially when it comes to big games, major wins, or even those raw, crushing losses that hit hard. It speaks volumes about Clark's enduring loyalty and shows just how deeply she remains connected to her former team, proving beyond any doubt that her influence extends far beyond just her playing days when she was dominating on that court. The bond that Jensen describes is clearly reciprocal, and that's something really special. A rare and powerful alliance in the ever-changing, often cutthroat world of college sports where relationships can be pretty transactional.
Some fun with that. Now, we have to get to this. Here it says, here is where Iowa head coach Jan Jensen has some things to say about Caitlin Clark in regards to her current point guard, Chit Chat Right, and her relationship with Caitlin Clark. Obviously, Caitlin Clark put the University of Iowa on the map. You cannot dispute that. She single-handedly got Iowa popping, and people are still following Iowa, like myself, till this day, even though she is 2 years removed from the program. Let's take a look at what Iowa head coach Jan Jensen had to say.
But here's where it gets really interesting. And this is the truly unbelievable take that Jensen shared. Her focus centers squarely on current Iowa point guard, Chit Chat Right, Clark. This generational talent who literally rewrote the record books is absolutely raving about Chit Chat's game in a way that's honestly unprecedented. Jensen explicitly stated that Caitlin really loves Chit Chat's play and finds her really fun to watch. And let me tell you, this isn't merely passive observing from the sideline. Clark is actively texting Jensen about Wright's performance, showcasing this genuine and deep appreciation for her successor's skills that goes way beyond just being polite or supportive. This is an endorsement from the highest possible echelon of basketball excellence, a seal of approval from a living legend that speaks volumes about Wright's impact and her incredible potential. This revelation alone is enough to send major ripples through the entire basketball community, Because when Caitlin Clark endorses someone's game like this, people pay attention.
My kid is, she's with me, and I think she knows that I'm with her. She'll one time, Taylor Strimlow this year, she got a technical during a game, and Caitlin tweeted really quickly about it, but we had a funny text exchange.
I remember the text when Taylor Strimlow got teed up and Caitlin Clark had put that text out and she was going off on the refs, and everybody's like, damn, Caitlin bombing on the refs and she not even playing. Like, yeah.
Because, Caitlin is a little emotional too. So that's always fun. Caitlin's really fun loving. So those kind of things. But, when we have a big win or.
Jensen elaborated on just how intense Clark's involvement really is. And she recalled this specific incident that perfectly illustrates what we're talking about. When Taylor Strimlow received a technical foul during a game that had everyone fired up, Caitlin Clark, watching from wherever she was, quickly took to Twitter, expressing her absolute outrage and completely going off on the refs in a way that showed she was genuinely heated about what she was seeing. Jensen described this funny text exchange she had with Clark during this fiery moment, and it perfectly illustrates Clark's emotional investment and her complete inability to stay silent when she perceives injustice happening to her former team. Caitlin is a little emotional too. Jensen admitted with what I imagine was a knowing smile, highlighting the passion that absolutely drives Clark, whether she's actively playing on the court or observing from the sidelines as a fan. This deep personal connection ensures that she remains this powerful voice for her Hawkeye family, and it shows that her loyalty runs incredibly deep.
That's play, right? She thinks she's really fun, so she's texting me about her sometimes, but I think she likes our young kids, so it just generals, and then just a lot about life, how's she doing, how's it going, about my kids or whatever. So it's more of, not all the time, but just like it is with friends, who's in your corner and who isn't. And with her, I think that's really important too, the reciprocation, because she's got a lot of people that, are all for her and so forth, but you can't let everybody in that, she's got a really, really close circle, but then she.
This candid peek into Clark's post-Iowa life isn't the only reason she's gone viral recently. And honestly, the other incident is pretty hilarious when you think about it. Before these basketball revelations came out, a separate, rather humorous incident involving a camera strap completely captivated the internet and had people cracking up everywhere. Liz Kitty, a well-known personality in the sports world, posted this clip showing Caitlin Clark and another individual struggling absolutely spectacularly to attach what should be a simple shoulder strap to a brand new camera. Kitty playfully roasted them in the most entertaining way, asking the internet, how many idiots does it take to put a shoulder strap on a camera challenge? The image of Clark, this basketball prodigy who can make impossible shots look effortless, being completely baffled by a basic piece of photography equipment, quickly became an absolute sensation across social media. It just goes to show that her viral reach extends far beyond athletic feats and into these perfect human relatable moments that make people love her even more.
Team in the country, the UConn Huskies. This is going to be a battle. Caitlin Clark spoke highly of Chit Chat right on the season. Chit Chat's averaging 11 points, 4 assists, but she's shooting 50% from 3, 50% from the field. So I would like to see Chit Chat more aggressive and getting up more shots, because we just don't have the creators off the dribble at the guard spot. But this is going to be a big test. Iowa obviously lost to Audie Crooks at Iowa State. Now they're going to be going against the best player in the country in Sarah Strong. Let's see what Chit Chat Wright and Layla Hayes had to say about the match.
The camera saga began when Caitlin Clark was gifted this brand new Sony RX1R camera, which is seriously high-end photography equipment that costs thousands of dollars. The post by Sony Alpha, celebrating Clark's new photography gear, was meant to showcase this exciting gift, but the subsequent struggle to assemble something as basic as a shoulder strap became an instant classic that had the internet in stitches. Social media quickly erupted with fans playfully roasting Clark, finding humor and genuine entertainment in seeing this usually dominant, seemingly invincible athlete completely flummoxed by what should be an everyday task that most people could figure out in seconds. It was this refreshing, incredibly relatable moment that humanized Clark in the best possible way, showcasing a lighter, less competitive side that we rarely get to see. This unexpected blunder only further solidified her status as a cultural phenomenon who's capable of going viral for literally anything and everything, whether it's breaking basketball records, or struggling with camera equipment.
Obviously lost to Audie Crooks at Iowa State. Now they're going to be going against the best player in the country in Sarah Strong. Let's see what Chit Chat Wright and Layla Hayes had to say about the matchup coming up against the best team in the country.
Chit Chat, how's your first Iowa winter working for you?
Pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, I'm starting to get used to the coldness and just the snow coming down. It's just really great to like look at it and drink hot chocolate and stuff like that. So it's been pretty fun so far.
Kyle.
Shifting back to the basketball court, where the real magic happens, the focus on Chit Chat Wright is absolutely well-deserved. And here's why that matters so much. While Clark's praise is incredibly powerful and carries serious weight in the basketball world, Wright's actual performance on the court backs up every single word of that endorsement. This season, she's been averaging 11 points and 4 assists per game, which are really solid, consistent numbers for a starting point guard at this level of college basketball. But what truly stands out and probably catches Clark's expert eye is Wright's incredible efficiency across the board. She's shooting an absolutely impressive 50% from three-point range, which is elite territory, and she's also maintaining 50% from the field overall, which shows incredible shot selection and basketball IQ. These statistics underscore her tremendous potential and explain exactly why a player of Caitlin Clark's caliber would be so captivated by her game. Wright is clearly developing into a dynamic and reliable force for the Hawkeyes, earning genuine admiration from literally the best player in the business.
She's left the game. I don't be knowing what's going on with her half the time, but she's obviously battling an injury, but they need her healthy. She's her and Taylor Strimlow are the legitimate, really Chit Chat is the main legitimate creator off the bounce. Taylor Strimlow can do it in a pinch. Addie Deal's still learning. She's young as a freshman. And Fearbach, she's just not a creator off the bounce. It is what it is. But in this game versus UConn, they're going to need Chit Chat to do her big one. They're going to need a big game from Hannah Stokey. They're going to need a big game from Ava Hayden. But they're going to need Chit Chat to run the show at that point guard spot.
Despite her impressive shooting percentages that have everyone talking, there's this growing sentiment among basketball analysts that Chit Chat Wright needs to be significantly more aggressive on the offensive end of the floor. The current Iowa team lacks those consistent creators off the dribble at the guard spots, which makes Wright's ability to drive to the basket and score even more crucial for the team's overall success. Experts who watch this team closely believe that if she were to take more shots and really assert herself offensively, she could elevate not just her own game to another level, but by extension the entire team's offensive output could reach new heights. This increased aggression wouldn't just benefit Iowa in the short term, but it would also potentially further solidify her status as the formidable player that Caitlin Clark clearly believes she has the potential to become, proving that she can carry a much larger offensive load when the team needs her to step up in crucial moments. The Hawkeyes face this absolutely monumental challenge on the horizon. A battle against the #1 team in the entire country that everyone was talking about. We're talking about the formidable UConn Huskies, featuring what many consider to be college basketball's best player, Sarah Strong, who's been absolutely dominating this season. This matchup was being seen as a critical make-or-break test for Iowa, especially coming off the heels of a recent disappointing loss to Addie Crooks in Iowa State that left some questions about where this team really stood. The stakes were incredibly high, demanding peak performance from every single player on that roster, with no room for error against a team of UConn's caliber. The spotlight naturally fell on Chit Chat Wright to lead the charge and set the tone, making Clark's prior endorsement of her play even more significant and meaningful heading into such a pivotal contest. This game would truly show whether Wright was ready for the biggest stage in college basketball. Chit Chat Wright herself showed absolutely remarkable composure when reporters asked her about the prospect of facing Sarah Strong and the UConn powerhouse. When pressed about whether she had ever faced anyone comparable to Strong during her previous time at Georgia Tech, her answer was confident and immediate. A simple, straightforward no that spoke volumes. This honest acknowledgement of Strong's unparalleled talent showcased Wright's realistic perspective and genuine respect for her opponent. Yet it was coupled with this quiet assuredness in her team's preparation and readiness for the challenge. She emphasized the importance of getting quality reps in practice, working on both defense and offense to prepare for the changes they'd need to make, demonstrating a focused and incredibly mature approach to what was arguably the biggest game of her entire career. Her confidence suggested she was ready to lead her team into battle. Freshman Layla Hayes also shared her valuable insights on the intense level of competition they face, specifically recalling what she described as her welcome to college basketball moment against Iowa State that really opened her eyes. Hayes described that experience as a great learning point that lit a fire for her future development and showed her exactly what she needed to work on. Coach Jensen had explicitly told her that this was her initiation into high-level Division I basketball, urging her to get used to playing against such formidable opponents, because this was the new reality. This baptism by fire against elite talent is absolutely crucial for young players, providing invaluable experience and mental toughness for future high-pressure matchups like the one against UConn that was looming ahead. For Lala Hayes, the transition from playing against Alaska high school teams to facing national powerhouses like UN was honestly a monumental leap that's hard to even comprehend. She described the opportunity as an absolute blessing, acknowledging just how incredible this chance really was. And when asked if she ever imagined being in this position, she humbly admitted she probably would have said no, showing both her surprise and deep gratitude for where she found herself. This rapid ascent from local competition to the national spotlight in such a short time frame is honestly a testament to her raw talent and the program's incredible ability to develop players quickly and effectively. The mental adjustment required for that kind of jump in competition level is something that can't be understated. Chit-Chat Wright also opened up about her personal battle with injuries, marking what she described as her first time really navigating a serious injury during her college career. This challenge has been pretty demanding as she continues to strive to return to 100% and reclaim her old self on the court. Her determination was evident in every word, acknowledging that while she sees progress happening, she still has significant work to do to get back to where she wants to be. The physical and mental toll of dealing with such an injury, especially for a key player that the team relies on heavily, can be absolutely immense and overwhelming. Her resilience in pushing through this adversity and her commitment to the process is a critical part of her story, adding another layer to why Caitlin Clark might genuinely admire her grit and unwavering dedication to getting back to full strength. The commentator emphasized the absolutely crucial need for Chit-Chat Wright to be healthy, especially given the team's dense offensive structure and how everything flows through certain players. While Taylor Stremlow can create opportunities in a pinch when needed, Wright is described as the main legitimate creator off the bounce, the person who can break down defenses and make things happen. Other guards like Addie Deal, while talented, is still a young freshman who's learning the system and adjusting to college basketball, and she's just not a creator off the bounce in the way that Wright is. Despite the team having other options, Wright's ability to penetrate defenses and generate quality offense is absolutely fundamental to Iowa's success this season, making her return to full strength paramount for any legitimate deep postseason run and completely justifying the intense focus on her performance and health status. For the upcoming high-stakes game against UConn that had everyone's attention, the Hawkeyes needed a collective effort from everyone on the roster. But realistically, the offensive burden fell heavily on just a few key players who had proven they could perform at that level. Beyond Chit-Chat Wright's crucial role, a big game from Hannah Stolke was absolutely essential, along with a strong, consistent performance from Eva Hayden, who could provide that secondary scoring punch. However, when you really break it down, the ultimate responsibility for running the offense smoothly and orchestrating the plays lay squarely with Wright at the point guard spot, where everything starts and flows. Her leadership ability and creative playmaking would be the absolute linchpin against the nation's top team, underscoring exactly why Caitlin Clark's endorsement of her game carried such significant weight and built so much anticipation going into this critical matchup that could define their season. Coach Jensen's insights didn't stop at just basketball strategy and player development. She revealed that her conversations with Caitlin Clark often delve deep into discussions about life in general, including checking in on how Clark is doing personally, her general well-being, and even Jensen's own kids and family life. This personal dimension really highlights a much deeper bond than just your typical coach-player relationship that ends when someone graduates. This is a true, lasting friendship built on mutual respect and genuine care. Jensen stressed the importance of knowing who's really in your corner for someone like Clark, especially given the absolutely countless number of people who are constantly clamoring for her attention and time now that she's reached superstar status. Clark maintains what Jensen describes as a really close circle of trusted people, and Jensen is clearly part of that trusted inner sanctum, which is honestly a testament to their enduring connection that goes beyond basketball. This deep personal connection, as described by Jensen, really underscores the kind of reciprocal relationship that is so vital and necessary in Clark's life right now. With literally countless people seeking her time, attention, and trying to get something from her, her ability to discern genuine relationships from purely opportunistic ones is absolutely crucial for her mental health and well-being. Jensen represents one of those trusted few that Clark knows will be there through it all. Through the highs and the lows, the victories and the setbacks. This isn't just about basketball strategy or former coach checking in. This is about life, loyalty, and the kind of steadfast support that a global superstar like Caitlin Clark genuinely needs to stay grounded. Her continued engagement with Iowa, both emotionally and personally, is honestly a powerful statement about her character and the values that drive her as a person. The overarching narrative that emerges from these incredible revelations is crystal clear and pretty remarkable when you think about it. Caitlin Clark's legacy at Iowa is far from over, despite what some people might assume about former players moving on completely. Even as she's now years removed from the program and building her professional career, she continues to be a driving force, not just in spirit or in memory, but through direct, active engagement with the current team and coaching staff. Her unbelievable take on Chit-Chat Right and her genuine emotional investment in the current Hawkeye team demonstrate an absolutely unprecedented level of loyalty and mentorship that you rarely see in college sports. This isn't just a former player who occasionally checks in or shows up to games. This is an enduring icon who's still actively shaping the narrative and the future of Iowa basketball in real time. Her impact clearly extends far beyond her record-breaking statistics and incredible individual achievements, reaching into the very fabric and culture of the program itself. Ultimately, Caitlin Clark's recent viral moments, from her hilarious camera struggles to her fierce, passionate defense of her Hawkeye family, paint this picture of someone who's both relatable and intensely passionate in everything she does. Her endorsement of Chit-Chat Right isn't just some casual remark thrown out in an interview. This is a powerful, meaningful statement from someone who many consider the greatest collegiate player ever, bestowing confidence and recognition upon her successor in a way that carries real weight. This unbelievable take solidifies Wright's growing status in the basketball world and ensures that the incredible spotlight that Clark brought to Iowa will continue to shine brightly on the program's next generation of talent, fostering a new era of excitement and sky-high expectation. The torch isn't just being passed, it's being elevated. So what does this all mean for the future of Iowa basketball and beyond? Caitlin Clark's unwavering connection to Iowa, her emotional investment in her former team, and her public and private endorsement of Chit-Chat Right signal this powerful continuity that extends far beyond just one player or one generation. It's truly a passing of the torch, not just in terms of position on the court, but in spirit, influence, and the standard of excellence that defines the program. This isn't merely about identifying a new favorite player or giving someone a compliment. This is about the enduring impact of a legend who understands her responsibility to lift up the next wave of talent. Clark is ensuring that the incredible legacy she built continues to inspire and elevate future generations, creating this bridge between past glory and future promise that strengthens the entire program. The takeover that she started truly does continue, shaping the future of college basketball in unexpected yet profound ways that will link her era with whatever comes next for years to come.